Hello, everybody. Today in the house, we have Alejandro Bratti. He is a bestseller author, and he's also a business strategist and coach. Welcome, Alejandro. Thanks for
Hey,
being here.
thank you, Paula, for having me here.
You're very welcome. Please share with us what has inspired you to become a business strategist, uh, coach, business coach, and also a bestseller author.
It has been a big journey, like understanding first, uh, like the areas where I am better and that I can help people. And even when I started as in my career in the corporate business, I was always thinking like, okay, I care more about the numbers than the people, and I want to continue doing that. And I was always at that position and thinking that that was me. But the reality that I understood is that I really care about people and I really care how they are growing, how they are becoming better. And the reason I did this business strategies and coaching is because I understood that there is an area in the business world that entrepreneurs and business owners are really alone when they have to take decisions. Uh, just deciding which area they have to go, how to grow their business. And it's like you have to take like millions of decisions every year, like all the time. And those decisions can change the life of your life or the life of the people that they are serving and for the life of the people that is working with them. So at the end, it's really like difficult. Like you are alone and you have to take decisions that is impacting too many lives. So that's why I started to do that and use my 20 years of experience in corporate and also the coaching certification and areas that I have been doing.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And you're right. I've been learning from Brenda Burchard here lately, and he's been talking about, leading their big corporations. You have to be ready. You have to have the strategies and the techniques uh, and every, the tools to be able to lead your people. Like you're not just leading the business, but you're leading everybody in the corporation towards one goal. So that's very fascinating that you are impacting, the lives of millions of people through your knowledge. So that's amazing. Please share with us or how do you start creating change in people's life?
I did it in different ways. If I remember, like many years ago, I started in a church helping people. And at the beginning, I was like, okay, uh, this is the group of people, and we want to impact and we want to change their lives and the youth and a lot of people. And it was something that I really like to do. We have with the teams that I have, we have more than 100 young people that we were serving and helping, and it was simply something amazing. Then I started to change other things, and I started to do it in the corporate. And one thing that I was telling you before, even when I started to tell right now that I am this business strategist and coach, I started to got some response from people that was working with me in the past, and they were telling me, you know, I don't. I agree that you are an amazing coach because you have been coaching all the time, even when you were in the corporate. And I didn't feel like that, but that was something that was happening. So my path has been like, okay, I started with John Maxwell, then I continue understanding a little bit more on the coaching because I really like it a lot, how to help people with the high performance, exactly from Brendan Burchard. I did that certification also, and I became this business strategist to help with strategies in the business and how really when you have the right strategies, you can grow like in ways that it's really amazing. And it's sometimes you can say those strategies could be simple to listen, but sometimes it's difficult to apply. And that's why you need somebody to understand, okay, maybe you are not in the right mindset, or maybe you don't have the health that you need, that different areas. So that's what inspired me. It's exactly understanding the path that I had to make to become the person that I am now, and understanding that there is people that really need some help on this, and that they can even grow better if they start to do it.
Yes, I was very surprised whenever I find out that big leaders out there need coaches. Like presidents, like former presidents from the United States have been coached by, Brendan Burchard, Oprah. They need, like, Oprah, I think, has like 4 coaches. And I remember the story that Lisa Nicole said that whenever she was interviewed by Oprah, she found out that Oprah had 4 coaches. She said, I think she only had one. And then she said, guess what I did after my interview with her? She's like, she went and got, 3 more coaches to make sure that she was, like on her game, that she was going to be able to make the right decisions. So now that, you're a business coach. So that's what, it brings me back to the stories that I read, that it was very impressive, because before this journey, like 2 years ago, I had no clue what a coach was. So I was like, that's amazing what you're doing. Yes, you're helping.
It was exactly the same like me. It was, I didn't understand even the word, like, okay, well, a coach is a person that is in the sports game, or something like that, in the basketball or football or soccer, whatever.
Yes.
And really, I agree with you exactly what you are saying. When you understand how you can really grow as a person and in your business, it's when you have somebody that is challenging you all the time, and it's like pushing you to become better. It's making you accountable, and that's exactly what a coach means.
I agree. So what is your outcome when you're coaching a client?
The good thing of like having different areas where I am certified and understanding from different point of view this coaching process is that you can do like a mix at the end, like, okay, the best of each world, and really depending on the person that I have in front of. Is at the end, coaching really depends on the other person, not on me. I can show you all my degrees and all the things that I have, and that's amazing, and everybody can be like, okay, that's amazing. But the reality is that in the coaching, the most important thing is the other person, not me. So what I try to get is exactly understand what are those points where that person is stuck, and maybe they are not growing because of that. It could be different areas, like even recording something from the past that they were stuck because of that, or they are not taking care of their health, and that's why they have this lack of energy, and or they don't have a purpose, or they don't have clarity. And that's maybe the first area where I start to work with people and the business owners also, because if they don't have that at this moment, then even when I bring you the best strategy, you will be like, okay, but I am not enough, or I don't know if I can do it, or maybe I can do another thing and later I do that. So the first thing is understanding from the mindset if you are ready. And if you need something else, what do you need?
Yeah.
Tengo una llamada ahorita, okay?
They don't know. They're
So,
just children.
yeah, I know. That's life.
Exactly. This is reality.
So that's what I like. It's like first understand where they are in their mindset, and then I start to give them strategies. And even with the strategies, you start to see that sometimes If I am telling them how to increase their pricing in their business, they can be like, okay, but that doesn't work. I tried before and that doesn't work. I don't know if I can do it. And it's like, okay, let's understand why you think that you don't have more value. What is your worth? And then it's another area. That's why really, and I believe, I know that right now there is like millions of coaches around, but when you really understand and you have a person that really knows what they need to do, knows how to make good questions, it's going to change your life. A coach really changes your life.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. My life has been changed, because of coaching. So, okay, please share with us, what are some of the strategies and techniques that you use in your coaching practice?
I mix different things. I am using, okay, I know that I knew you because of this neural encoding world. That's a world where I am now too. I also study brain health. That's another area that is really interesting. I study with Brendan Burchard, the high performance coaching. That's another area that I really love too. It's like something of my passion is like, okay, really start to have your purpose and define. For me, something that I understood after being coach is like, I really want to leave a legacy here. It's not only become a person of good or that is making something good. That's great, but really I want to leave a legacy. So that's part of what I use. The techniques includes, what I'm saying is, I also talk about all the strategies that I have. It's more than 40 strategies in business. But I always tend to help with this area of mindset, of energy, of clarity, because if you don't have that, really, even when I present the best 40 strategies in the world at the end, so it's both. It's a mix of what all the things that I have learned until now. I mix part of my experience that I have in the corporate world. I lived in 15 countries in the last 20 years. Then it has been like a lot of experiences, a lot of cultures, a lot of way of thinking, understanding how, and that's, I believe, helps me a lot to understand much better the other person, because I have like, okay, if he's thinking this way, it's because he's coming from this side or something like that. So
that's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, like I can only imagine, I can only imagine 50 different countries, and you learn, through experience and new culture and the people's behavior, because like we behave based on our culture. So that's outstanding. So who can benefit from your coaching style?
I believe that the first thing is people that really understand that they have a need, that they want to grow. Because really, I can be the best coach in the world or the worst one, really. But if you don't have like the necessity, or you are thinking that you want to grow and you need somebody to help you, then you are not going to be coachable. Then you are not going to do the work. You are not going to believe it, and that becomes a problem at the end. You can change the people that really want to change, and the people that doesn't want to change becomes an issue. So I like to do a discovery call always to understand from their point of view if we are a match. Sometimes that's something that you have to find too, is to understand, okay, I like Alejandro, but I don't know if he likes me, or vice versa, So
Yeah.
that's part of what you need to understand. We are a match. We have the same values. That's something that for me is really important. If we have the same values, then we can work anything that is happening in the middle.
So is anybody that is coachable? It doesn't have to be just business coaching. Do you feel comfortable coaching anybody that is coachable?
I am more focused right now with the business owners, and I love to work with the wellness area. And the reason I love the wellness area is because I have different wellness problems or health problems in myself and with my kids also in the past. And I really believe that they have something to say to the world that sometimes they are not being heard. So it's like, okay, part of my passion is like, okay, let's help them how to grow their business. Because, for example, with my kid, I have two kids, and the biggest one, he has 4 years. He has some issues with his tonsils, and he was like not breathing well, and we went for like 3 or 4 doctors, and when we were with them, they were saying, okay, we need to do a surgery right now because he's really bad, and he was less than 2 years old. And we were with my wife like, okay, really a surgery right now for a kid so little is difficult. And I started to look for different options, different ways, and finally I found somebody that really helped me to help him how to breathe better, how to do some exercises in the breathing, how to do. And that's something that you can say like, okay, breathing, everybody breathe, but really there is ways that you can understand. And I found a coach at the end that was a breathing coach that helped me with that. And I even understand from there a lot of the issues that I had the last 40 years just because
You were breathing the wrong way.
I was breathing the wrong way. So at the end, it's like, okay, I have a passion to help these guys because I understood from my point of view that after fighting and looking like crazy for weeks and maybe months to find somebody to help me, I found these guys, but they are not heard. Nobody is listening to them. Nobody knows. And right now with this COVID, everybody needs this. So it's
Yes.
like you need to
Yeah.
help them to grow.
Yes. I mean, I have a heart problem too because it's like I have to remind myself to do breathing exercises because they said if you learn to read the right way, then you bring more oxygen into your body. And it's like it's something that is on my list to learn how to master, but I haven't mastered it yet. So yes, a lot of us just don't know how to breathe. So and then whenever we know that it's a different way of breathing, like I'm an example of it, I forget. And I have, I have to remind I write it, I've written on one of my walls. So every time I go by, it's like I remember, okay, I have to breathe. I have to do my breathing exercises, but I haven't not been doing it, like every day yet. But I want to. So yeah. How can we find you?
Okay, right now I'm using more the LinkedIn. That's maybe one of the biggest platforms that I'm using because it's more focused on business.
Mm-hmm.
And I am in all the social media everywhere. I have my website is brattybusinesscoaching.com. So I am reachable like everywhere, and I even wrote a book recently. I did the pre-launch last week, and I know that we're going to be talking a little bit later, but with that I'm saying you can even look in Amazon and you will find
And
me there.
and we'll
So
find you.
it's
Yes. I mean, I'm so proud. That's amazing. So, I mean, our next question is like, what has been a book that has added value to your life?
I believe that I am a learner and I am going to be a learner all my life. I am learning every day. I am going to give you some like a quick win that I have always. And I love, for example, to do exercise every morning. And because reading for me was difficult, even when I love it, I started to do something like, okay, if I start to run and I start to listen to audiobooks, I can be doing both things, the two things that I love to do at the same time. So finally, I have time to do two things and I can like improve the time. So I love to learn. I love to listen to books. I love to read books. And the last one, that the one that I can tell you that has impacted me more is my book. And it's not because it's mine. It's because all that needed to be taken out from me and from all the learning to do it, to write it, all the how I am mixing things from all the learnings that I have in the past, all the experiences that I had, how to apply them in business. So that was like, it has been for me the most important one, because
Your baby.
really, if you asked me 2 or 3 years ago, I wasn't even thinking about writing a book. I was thinking, okay, people that write is other people, not me. I can be talking, I can be doing other things, but not writing a book. And that's amazing.
That's impressive, yes. And it's your baby. So share with us what is something like what is like something that has truly changed your life? Like what is something that you're sharing in the book that has really transformed your life?
Uh, I believe that we are changing all the time, and if you are open to that, we are changing all the time. And something that happened very recently, I was in a call with Joseph McLeod, and he was explaining this part of the law of attraction and law of magnetism, and that's part of what I believe has changed a lot in me. I am still learning, but that's part of what I wrote in that book, because you can be just a person that is attracting people that is very near to you, and that's okay. But what happens if you become a magnet and you start to attract other magnets? Then everything starts to exponentially grow. And that's exactly what I start to teach there. Everything depends on your belief system. What is the things that you really believe? Sometimes we say like, okay, yeah, I can change my beliefs. It's okay. I don't like to wake up early, or I don't like to wake up late, so I can change. I can start to wake up at 6. But really, the beliefs that are really inside of you, that are really making who you are, those are the ones that you have to challenge and understand. Okay, these are the right beliefs or not. These are the beliefs that are creating the world that I have right now. Is this the world that I want, or I want another world that is a little bit better? So that's exactly what I work. And the title of the book is about that: believe in yourself, believe in your business. Start with yourself. It always starts with yourself. As a business owner, sometimes we are thinking, okay, how I can grow my business, and thinking about my business. But really, if you don't work in yourself first as a business owner, you are the stop. Nothing can grow behind that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It is right. It starts with ourselves. We have to learn to lead ourselves so we can impact others and lead others. So that's amazing. I can't wait to read your book. Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be very soon. Right now, it's a pre-sale, but it's going to
pre-sale.
be very soon.
Okay. So, what is a message that you would like to share with our audience today? What is something that you you believe that by doing, what you're going to share is going to help them have a brighter future?
I will say again, believe in yourself. That's really, really where everything starts. If you believe in yourself, you are going to invest in yourself, and you are going to grow yourself. If you believe in yourself, you are going to see to areas to change because you need to improve. If you believe in yourself, you can create the future that you really want. And that's something that is important. How you can create. You are a creator. You are a person that can do different things and that can create a new world around you. And that's exactly what I want to tell to all your audience, my audience, and everybody here listening to this. It's, guys, you have to understand that everything starts with you, and if you think that it's possible, it's going to be possible.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, because I mean, we're not all great singers because we heard at some point in our lives that we didn't sing very well and we stopped, right? And yeah, we have to go back to our childhood and see, where we stopped. Where did we hear that we were not good enough for this or we were not good enough for that? So we stopped believing in ourselves. So that's a beautiful message. Yes, like learn to believe in yourself. Let's go back to our 5-year old when we were just like happy and didn't really worry about life and we were just ourselves. So yeah, that's beautiful.
No, and even the way you grow depends on that. Because I have two little kids that I'm telling you, and I am learning from them all the time. I believe that I learn more from them that they are learning from me, and you can see even from the 4-year-old, he is already learning some things of the adults, and they are like, okay, now I don't want to do this. I have to do another thing. And the little one is like, okay, I'm going to do it, doesn't matter what. And he makes a mistake, he starts again, mistake, starts again, and he did it until everything starts to work. And that's the mindset that we have to have. If you really want to grow, we have to have the mindset of the 1.5-year-old.
Yeah.
If you have a mistake, that's okay. If you have a failure, that's okay. You can continue. Let's
Yes.
continue.
Yes. Yeah. Like believe that you can. It's not gonna be possible at the first attempt, but it might take us 10, 20 attempts. And as long as we have
Exactly.
that fire within us that we are going to accomplish it, it'll happen. So
And that's exactly believing yourself. It's like it could be 10 failures, 20 failures, but you have to continue believing.
thank you very much for sharing your knowledge with us today. Thank you very much for your time and your wisdom. We want to have you back so we can talk about your book whenever your book is out. You said it'll be out next year, the beginning of next year.
Beginning of next year. Yeah.
That's exciting. Yeah, congratulations on this new journey, as a bestseller author already. So proud.
Yeah. Thank you very much. It was
You're
really great.
welcome. Thank you, everybody that is here listening to us. Blessings to you all. And, we hope to see you soon. Take care.